The Enticer is one of the best flies ever created by Brent Schlenker. Brent's Enticer has been outstanding on trout, steelhead, salmon, as well as other freshwater and saltwater game fish. Don't be fooled by the simplicity. The movement on this fly is deadly. The Magnum Coho Enticer is tied on a Gamakatsu size 1 jig hook and wrapped with .35 lead. Tied with black 6/0 thread and finished with single-strand hot pink floss. The body is steelhead blue chenille. The tail and hackle is Magnum rabbit strips in baby blue and chartreuse colors. The dubbing brush is spin on small silver wire with highlights of ice dub in silver holographic and blue steely colors. Let's go to the vise with Brent.
Good day, and thanks for joining us today. I'm going to be showing you my Enticer series again. This is the Magnum Enticer. This I just tie a little larger for salmon. I do the small flies for salmon. Been very, very effective, steelhead and so forth, my regular Enticers, and these are the Magnums. I'll use these in different situations. And here I'm tying one up in the color I want for some coho. Let's get a hook in the vise and show you how to do it. So on the entire shank here, I'm putting 35 thou lead. I want that whole shank covered so it rides upright. It should ride like a jig, straight up, upside down. Just using 6/0 thread. You can use 3/0 on this too. Or you can get yourself some jig head or big jigs or beads for these, slotted beads for these jigs. You do that as well. That would work fine. Okay, now I'm going to come in here with some of my Magnum rabbit strip here. Just get myself some of this light blue. Clean a little bit of the underfur off on that. I just want it to swim nice and free. Then we'll just get a little chartreuse on here. Same thing, clean off a bit of that underfur. The tail does move a little bit. It's actually a very important part of the pattern. I don't know, kind of stumbled across this pattern years ago. I've done that. It's got a great little history to it. But anyway, won't get into that with you today. So now I'll come in with this. Is a New Age chenille. We use this a lot on our jigs. We bought this big bags full at a time. It's been around a long time, called New Age. There's lots of other chenilles around that are the similar product, but it's got lots of the silvers and tinsels and so forth right in it, infused in it. So I see quite a few in the market now that's got it under different names. I'll get myself some small silver wire for dubbing brush. If you don't have a dubbing table that I'm going to bring in and do this, you can get yourself a dubbing block of wood that actually spins, turns the wire and a hair and that together, so you can do the same thing basically with it. Okay, so I want to go in the back. I want to start with my yellow. You can blend these colors however you want, and as dense as you want. There's never really two the same. I come in over this one a little more, bring in some of the blue. This is a light, very nice light colored blue. Take a little bit of that underfur out on that one. Big clump. Get mostly the guard hair action there. And I'll get back with my chartreuse. And I always cut my hide, the hair off the hides, because I can get way more hair on with the dubbing table the way I'm doing it here. And this one I'm just going to throw in a little collar of blue just to show you can trick that out kind of however you like. But the sky's the limit. The colors and whatever you want to do. And I always put a little more on and a little, if I have a little longer brush, I can always cut it off, but I can't add if I run out, if I don't have a long enough brush. Going on to my hook. Okay, so we're going to use a couple different flashes. It's this ice stub blue steely. You can use a regular ice stub. This is more of a metal, kind of a steelhead color. Metal ice stub. And some of it's, I'm going to go right across the pattern with that. Get a little in there. This one I just brighten up a little bit. Coho like them a little brighter. Then the ice stub and silver holographic, and there again too, it's pretty nice long fibers, and it's really bright. This will really show up well in the water, and it does. And then I'll make sure on my wire I've tied it back over itself so it doesn't pull out. Get to this point and then you're ready to do it, and then all of a sudden it pulls right off the shank. So you don't want to do that. And you can always do dubbing loops as well. Just do it that way. But that, put a little wax on there and then your hair kind of stays put while I'm spinning. Otherwise that would all fall apart on me. Norway guys, I'm going reverse. I'm winding it counterclockwise. When I wrap my material in the shank, I'm going clockwise, so I want to go the reverse. Now, I'm not quite tight with it yet, but I'm going to bring my big brush in here, big nylon brush, and make sure I get this all combed out good. And you can see what's happening there. That's a nice dubbing brush. That's a very popular. Continue going counterclockwise until it turns my finger and then it's tight. So get my hook back. Watch you don't stick yourself with these hooks. They are brutal. Those are the sharpest hooks that I've found for jigs. And when you're dealing with big toothy critters like that, we want to make sure we got the sharpest hooks we can in front of them. We don't want any failures. You guys spend a lot of time and money waiting for your trips, and you don't want to cheap out with a bad hook or tipping material going wrong on you, leader material or something. That's bad. That's the worst place to kind of save on expenses. Don't fall for that. Now I'm just going to tie it off here at the front. Now I got the colorations I want. I'm pretty happy with that. Then I'll just to darken that up a little bit in the front, I'll bring in some more of that blue steely. And I'm just going to envelope the head with that. And when I show you the torch here in a minute, you'll see why that's important in the front. It really looks good. But that nice that blue steely in there's a really nice product. Okay, now I gotta get some other. You can finish your head off like that if you want, but I always kind of like that hot pink. This is just a single strand floss. I'm just going to finish my head with it. Kind of nice contrast. Stay back there. Nice contrast for that pattern. Finishes it off good. Then I'll bring in my Solaris here. Little bone dry. I finished a lot of my flies off with that. You use whatever materials you want. I'm not pitching any products. I'm done with that stuff. There's so many different good products out there. I just get caught up in that sometimes. So I hit it with my torch. Just look what happens with that little bit of that blue steely, how that, I didn't know that, but until you hit it with a torch, it's got pink in it. So that's pretty cool. They can see that. You and I can't, but they can. All right. So there you go. That's a nice little coho fly for you. A little bigger version of the Enticer. I make sure I get a needle in here. Make sure I pick out, take a little time, make sure you picked out all these fibers. You want that to breathe really, really easily. And you see this in the water, it just breathes with the current. You don't have to do too much. You can drift this one in and fish it quite slow. It breathes on its own. And I haven't fished many flies any more deadly than an Enticer. Not that just because I come up with it, but it's a one that I really suggest you guys give it a go and then get back to me if you're disappointed, but you'll be the first that I've heard that is. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you again real soon.